Welcome back to Apex Academy, your ultimate home for all your crypto education. As always, smash up the like, subscribe to the channel, one new stream every weekday 8 p.m. East African time. So make sure you get tuned in not to miss an update. So over the last few days, over the last few weeks, we've seen a massive growth in the cryptocurrency industry. We've seen companies coming in, the likes of Samsung, creating and getting on top of building exchange platforms in South Korea. We've seen football teams embracing crypto. So I just figured out that it is prudent that we discuss which are these countries globally that have really embraced this cryptocurrency world. And before we get back to those countries, first thing first, crypto market is doing good today. Market cap is up by 1.46%. Bitcoin nearing the $22,000 mark. Ethereum above 1600, almost back to 1700. Binance coin has been flippering between 305 to 298. So things are not looking that bad as we speak. Remember what I always say: as long as you are above 1 trillion market cap, then we are not that bad off. Exchanges, we are now at 520, and this implies that more exchanges are being developed every now and then, and they are getting their way listed on CMC. Also, we had some amazing news coming out tonight, and this is where MasterCard has partnered with Binance to enable payments in 90 million stores globally. So what basically this means is that using your virtual, or not really virtual, but using your physical card, be it a debit card, a credit card, with the MasterCard Foundation, you can be able to make cryptocurrency payment on all stores. You can pay for your flight tickets using as long as they have a POS. You can pay for goods in these stores. You can pay for services using your crypto stored in Binance through the use of your card. I think that's going to be amazing. So we just wait for the rollout to be fully implemented, and I can't wait to get my card. I pay for my shopping in Dubai. I pay for my flight tickets using the card. Also, we know that Emirates is currently accepting Bitcoin as a means of payment, and this tells you that things are now flowing the way they're supposed to flow. So the first country that I want us to dissect and look how it is embracing crypto is the country Philippines. So Philippines is a country in I think it's the Americans, North or South America, if I'm not wrong, or some, is it Asia or South America? Where is Philippines? I'm not so sure. But Philippines is one of the countries that Binance is now starting to get those licenses so that they can be able to operate in the country legally. Over the last few months, we've seen the Binance CEO, that is Kuz, making visits in different countries. He was in Cameroon the other day, he was in Ivory Coast. He has flown all over the world trying to look for and regulate, look for and negotiate for Binance to be licensed across the globe so that they can take the market by storm and they can be able to operate in almost every country globally with their license at hand. So Philippines, I'm sure they're gonna give Binance the license, and once they get the accreditation to work within Philippines, then that's going to be a massive push for Binance and all the Filipinos in that particular region. Let's just find out, where is the Philippines located? Is it in Asia or in South America? Philippines. Where is the Philippines? Philippines is in which continent? Philippines. I'm searching the word country instead of continent. Philippines is in which continent? Continent. It's in Asia. So Philippines is in Asia, not South America, as I had mentioned earlier. So I'm sure they are gonna get the license, and once they get that license, things are going to work in their favor. Also, globally, we have seen the crypto adoption jumping to over 880%, with P2P platforms driving the usage in emerging markets. So P2P is basically like a peer-to-peer method where people converge. They buy and sell crypto from different people who do not necessarily know one another, and that is what has actually driven the market by this margin. 880% is not a small figure. So I'm sure by the end of the year, and this is just data that was during 2021, I'm sure by now this value has gone up significantly. Talking about P2P, let's start right here in Africa, and we have Nigeria as one of the largest crypto adopters in Africa, and it says it's actually the second largest market for cryptocurrency in Africa. That is data based on 27th of July this year. And actually, Nigerians, because of their high number of population, uh, because of high internet activities, most of these people have actually ventured into the crypto world and the Bitcoin industry to be specific. They mostly thrive on Bitcoin. Most of them use it as a means of saving because they don't want to keep their money in banks. They don't want to keep their money in fiat currency. So Nigerians are one of the biggest adopters, one of the biggest contributors in cryptocurrency here in Africa. And actually, due to their high population, as I mentioned earlier, it has spiked a massive gain and a massive adoption in the industry. So we've seen Nigeria, and when you mention Nigeria and P2P, you cannot miss P2P. You cannot forget to mention P2P whenever you're mentioning Nigeria. Also, when you are trying to buy bitcoins or sell bitcoins here in Kenya right now, you will find Nigerians listed on those particular exchanges. This tells you that they are basically spreading out their wings and they want to ensure that they conquer the entire market, such that they're not only limited to Nigerians. They want to traverse across the entire Africa and across the entire globe if it's possible. So Nigeria is one of the countries that has really pushed for this adoption. And once you look at the gender in form of cryptocurrency, you realize that most males are the one who are in crypto. And this is basically data based in what is happening in the US. So the next countries are the US, of course, due to their size in population, of course, due to the high development rate, due to the high technology. You can't miss US on this list. So adoption rates in the US have always continued to go on an upward trend. They have several exchanges in the US. We have Coinbase in the US. We have Binance US. We have more exchanges. I think the likes of FTX, Kraken, all these exchanges are based in the US. So basically, the US leads globally in form of BTC trading with about $1.5 billion. So this tells you that the population of the US people are really venturing into cryptocurrency. And the most popular cryptos among Americans is the Bitcoin. We have Ethereum, Tether, Shiba Inu, and the Dogecoin. And you all know that Elon comes from the US, and Dogecoin is Elon's favorite meme coin. So you can join the dots there, and you can be able to know why Dogecoin is so popular among people who live in the US. And also Shiba Inu is a rival to Dogecoin. So with Doge, Shiba Inu, Elon, when you fix the equation, you can be able to know and tell why these are the most owned cryptocurrencies in the United States of America. So the US is a country in North America. I can't miss that continent because it's actually one of the largest countries in that particular continent. Also, next on the list, we are also told that 16% of Americans, they say they have ever invested in cryptocurrency, traded or used that particular asset. So this tells you that with their population, it takes 16%, that's quite a significant value. So the US is actually one of the countries that has really embraced and adopted cryptocurrency. Actually, most stores in the US, you can actually purchase your goods and services and pay through crypto. I don't know about Nigeria, but in the US, you can do this a lot because many firms are ahead in time and they know how to maneuver in the cryptocurrency world. Next on the list, we have our country, that is Kenya. So whenever you mention Bitcoin, crypto, you cannot leave Kenya out of the equation. And data that was released recently showed that 8.5% of Kenyans own cryptocurrencies. So this is not a small value because it translates to about 4.25 million. And Kenya's appetite for crypto has really been surging over the last couple of years. But one thing that has really limited the growth of crypto in Kenya is the issue of scams and the issue of Ponzi scheme. Because people always relate crypto and Bitcoin with scam, such that whenever you tell someone that you want to, they should come on board, invest in crypto, the first thing they're going to tell you, yeah, that's a scam, I'm going to lose my money. But the main challenge is actually these guys don't have sufficient knowledge in the cryptocurrency industry, and that is why they shun this market. But if you can get to dissect knowledge out there so that we can actually teach people what crypto really is, how they should get in crypto, and how they should avoid themselves getting scammed, then I think will be good and will be heading in the right direction. So in Africa, we have basically Kenya, South Africa, Nigeria, which are leading the pack. Mostly they normally say Kenya is leading, then Nigeria is leading. So these two countries are in some form of a battle. But based on the population size, if you take that analysis, Kenya is leading because 8.5% of the entire population compared to these other countries, that's a significant figure in terms of population. So with platforms like Paxful, local Bitcoins, these have really enabled uh, the issue of crypto adoption to go up significantly. And here you can see that reports that was released recently say that 8.5% of domestic population on crypto, that is over 4.2 million percent, in comparison to 7.1% of South African and 6.3% of Nigerians. So if you take 8.5%, that is the percentage rate, but 6.3% of Nigerians, the value will be more than the number of Kenyans. But if you take now the comparison based on percentage, Kenya is ahead. So we have Kenya, South Africa, then followed by Nigeria in terms of percentage ownership. So Kenya cannot lack on that particular equation. Next on the queue or next on the line, we have a country called Vietnam. So Vietnam is a country in Asia. Asia seems to be having a lot of cryptocurrency ownership and adoption. So it says that about 41% of Vietnamese, are they called Vietnamese or Vietnam? Let me call them Vietnam nationals. About 41% of Vietnam nationals own cryptocurrency, and based on the survey that was conducted, and actually Vietnam has been leading the pack back in Asia, because if you check the emerging countries ahead of this Vietnam, most of them are actually developed countries more than Vietnam. But the mere fact that Vietnam is pushing up and catching up with this adoption, this tells you that it has really gained track, and people are embracing this technology, and it's gonna come back up and it's gonna spike the entire particular market. So Vietnam is one country that has really fascinated me in terms of adoption. I was checking metrics and data the other day, and I was actually fascinated how Vietnam has come from being a small and recognized country back in Asia to be among one of those countries that are topping in the crypto ownership. Most people normally relate Vietnam with war, because in most movies, actually, Vietnam is regarded as a war zone, and people are actually fighting in those movies. I don't know if it's real, actually, in real life. They used to fight some time back, but right now I think things have calmed down, and things are moving in the right direction. Something that I forgot to mention about Nigerians, and if we have Nigerians in this YouTube channel, please don't come and attack me. I have a friend in Nigeria who told me that in Nigeria you can't actually wear any crypto branded merchandise because the police are gonna come for you. They perceive that anyone involved in crypto, maybe they are doing illegal business, or they have so much money, and they will niche, or they will want you to give them a cut or give them something. So I don't know the situation in other countries. In Kenya, it's free. You can wear your merchandise. You can rock your merchandise whenever you are, whenever you go. Nobody's gonna ask you a question. Maybe they just stop you. Hey, what is this Bitcoin? How does it go? Is it not a scam? And things like that. I have my merchandise. I wear it whenever I go. I have my academy merchandise. I have my crypto merchandise. So there's that freedom of putting on whichever merchandise that you want to put on, regardless whether it's a crypto merchandise or not. So that was the issue of Vietnam. Next country, we have Argentina. So Argentina, normally everyone relates Argentina with Lionel Messi. That is the PSG forward who captains the Argentine football team. So Argentina has actually spread its wings in terms of adoption. Even though the central bank has tightened rules, adoption in Argentina has really been growing fast, quick, and in a hurry. If you go to Paxful and try to buy BTC or sell BTC and narrow down to South America, you're gonna see most of those vendors actually from Argentina. We have Argentina and Colombia. So Argentina, Colombia, Peru, those are countries that have really adopted crypto as a whole, and they are running away with it. We have banks that have actually enabled crypto purchases in Argentina. And if you can just check, I don't know if this article has been able to articulate them. It doesn't seem to have articulated those institutions, but crypto adoption in Argentina is growing at a very high rate. So we have Argentina, we have Colombia, we have Peru, and those are some of the countries that have really embraced the crypto adoption in South America. Next country on the list, we have South Africa. So South Africa, most people normally regard it as the capital city of Africa, but I tend to disagree a little bit. I tend to agree a little because South Africa is developed. That's something that you all know for sure, and it's actually ranked second in crypto adoption in Africa. So we've seen we have Kenya leading, then we have South Africa, then we have Nigeria, based on population percentage, but not based on the actual numbers. Because if you were to go with numbers, then I'm sure Nigeria, because of their high population, they carry the day. So we have South Africa, and we have several Bitcoin ATMs in South Africa. We have very many companies in South Africa that are training people on crypto, companies that are accepting crypto payments, some companies that have also embraced educational program to users. And this has actually contributed to this rapid growth in South Africa, and most guys who own these assets are youths between 18 and 24. So this tells you that the youths are taking over the digital space, and actually most of these users being youths, then it tells you that the energy that this industry can grow at is very, very, very promising, because we all know the youths are so energetic, and the youths can actually go and get what they want to get if they choose to go that path. So this tells you that half of South Africans will invest in crypto if banks provide such services. So again, the issue of regulations comes into place, because if we have regulations and we have banks and institutions not turning away from this industry, then we're going to have a very good run in the industry, and we're going to have a massive growth in the industry. So that's about South Africa. So in Kenya, you have said in Africa, you can't miss out Kenya, Nigeria, and South Africa. So those are the main players in crypto whenever you mention Africa. We have countries like Egypt. They are doing some amazing job. We have countries like Central African Republic, which actually made Bitcoin a legal tender, but it has not yet picked as it should have picked. We have countries like Algeria. We have been done trades with people from Nigeria. We have people from Tunisia who are also very active in this particular adoption. We have countries like Zambia, actually, Malawi as well. Malawi has a lot of crypto adoption, but those three are the ones that actually stand out. Next, we have now the UK. So the UK has actually been adopting crypto, but not at a very high pace as these other countries. But statistics that were released in 2021 show that about 1.5 million people basically owned crypto assets in the US. That is June 2018. But that number is kind of small compared to the population. However, that's a good increase, because in the last few years, the UK was not so much into crypto, and actually adoption has increased 650% in 3 years in the UK. So you can see that in 2018 we had 1.5 million people owning cryptocurrency, but in 2021 we have 9.8 million. So these are very significant figure in the UK, and this tells you that crypto is really gaining ground. So you can imagine how many people we have in 2022 and how many people are going to have in the year maybe 2030. And I'm sure by then Bitcoin should be trading at about $100,000 and above. So you're gonna have so much FOMO in, and whenever people FOMO in, then of course you know what happens to the price, supply, price, and market cap. So I'll leave you to know the answer for that. Next on the line, we have this is a country in South Korea. So South Korea basically is a country again in Asia. Asia seems to be having a very good run in crypto. So the president-elect has imposed zero taxes gains on crypto, and this has actually made crypto surge in South Korea. We've had companies moving into South Korea, the likes of Samsung. They want to create exchange platform in South Korea. We've had regulations coming into South Korea as a result of what happened with the Luna coin, due to Do Kwon being a South Korean. So South Korea is gaining ground, and I'm sure this should be a country to watch in crypto in the next couple of years, because the pace that the country is coming in and how fast it is moving in, then tells you that this is a country to watch, and sooner or later they're gonna be trading and are playing their games in their numbers in the top 5 categories in terms of cryptocurrency adoption and cryptocurrency usage as a whole. Next, we have Brazil. So Brazil, again, a country in South America. Whenever you mention Brazil, what comes to your mind is just football because they have won the FIFA World Cup a couple of times. Actually, we are having the FIFA World Cup coming back in this year in November. So I can't wait to cheer my favorite teams playing. I so unfortunate my country didn't make it to the World Cup, but we might make it sometime later on. Who knows? So Brazil actually has been spearheading crypto adoption. We have several banks that allow direct purchases of crypto through their systems. So with the rate at which adoption is growing in Brazil, then most likely you're going to have more adoption in Brazil. And you've seen, for example, the new bank that has about 47 million customers. They launched Bitcoin and Ethereum trading on its platform. That was earlier in June last year. This year, I actually talked about that in one of my streams. So the service operated in partnership with Powers and had a goal of attracting 1 million users by the end of the year, which it achieved within a month. So you can imagine they had a goal of attracting 1 million customers within a year, but they were able to do that within a month. So you can do the math and be able to tell how many users they can be able to attract within the whole year. So you have Brazil, South America again. So you see South America, Asia, these continents are in some form of a battle. Because you have Argentina, we have Colombia, we have Peru, we have Brazil. In Asia, we have so many, I can't name them all. Africa, we only have 3 that are up there in the top. So this is something that tells you there is something in these two particular continents. Next, we have the Central African Republic. So whenever you mention about legal tender in the form of Bitcoin, we have 2 countries that have made Bitcoin legal tender. The first one is El Salvador, and the next one is the Central African Republic. So Central African Republic, the president, they launched a crypto initiative following the Bitcoin adoption, and they included coming up with their own token called the Sango token. And this project is basically aimed at expanding the adoption of Bitcoin, creating a crypto island, as well as a special economic zone in the metaverse. So this tells you that with these trends, adoption is going to come in very fast in the native country, that is the CAR, and we might see some more gains, some more adoption. We might see the numbers going up in terms of adoption. That's in the Central African Republic. Next, we have Ukraine. So Ukraine is a country in Europe, and actually one thing that spearheaded adoption of crypto in the Ukraine is back when they had the war between the war between Russia and Ukraine. So we realize that many banks and financial institutions, they locked down their services, and you are unable to transact through the bank. So crypto trading gained momentum during that particular time. They received massive donations in form of crypto. Binance sent their donation. We had Bitfinex sending their donation. We had well-wishers sending their Bitcoin donations. And this is one of the factors that contributed to a high level of adoption and high rate of that is adoption, trading, and what else? Adoption, trading, and embracing of the currency, basically. So we have Ukraine, that is in Europe. Other countries in Europe that are really adopted crypto, we have Belgium. We've talked about the UK, of course. We have Spain. We have Italy as well, and not so many countries, but we have a good number. We have Switzerland. I've done trades with people in Switzerland. I've done trades with people in Austria, people from Greece, but the countries that have stood out in Europe, we basically have Ukraine that has really stood their ground and have adopted crypto massively. Next, you can't miss out this country on the list. Whenever you mention about crypto adoption, you can't forget to mention this country, and the country is El Salvador. So El Salvador, as you all know, it was the first country to make Bitcoin legal tender, and the finance minister said that Bitcoin adoption is gaining ground. And one thing that has really helped El Salvador with this adoption is the fact that they came up with their own wallet called the Chivo wallet. So this wallet, it was very easy to use, and it was basically created purposely for the citizens of El Salvador. So with the wallet being rolled out, people were able to trade this asset. But what mistake most of these guys were doing, once they receive the asset, they don't hodl, they quickly sell the asset, and they take money back in fiat. So they still have a long way to go in form of adoption, but things are moving on. at a very good pace. Then one thing that has happened is El Salvador, it has had a massive influx of people, tourists who want to tour the country, see how people are using crypto to make payments, see how merchants are accepting crypto, and see basically how the country is moving forward in terms of cryptocurrency adoption. So I might not talk about all the countries because there are so many. So if I've not mentioned your country, please don't come in insult me or criticize me. But I've just tried to highlight those countries that I feel personally have grown in this industry and are spearheading the campaign of this particular industry as a whole. So that's it for tonight, guys. Bitcoin is at what price again? 21,650, 21,500. It's basically hovering about that. Let's see where it's going to be at tomorrow. So tune in tomorrow for another stream. Remember to follow us on our social media platforms. That is at Apex Crypto Academy on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And see you tomorrow. So good night, good luck, and God bless. Cheers.